Oh man. Hey, you hitting them corners all crazy again, man.
Hey, you know I like driving this car. Okay.
I know you do. I know you do, man. But,
you can trust me.
We almost in the home stretch, man. I got the perfect song for today.
Good. Hit this gas. It's gonna be good.
You do that. You do that.
And then I'm gonna hit the pedal. Go faster.
What now?
Huh? What?
I don't know. Run the music.
Said it once before, but baby, I'm just making sure you know that there is nothing more than you. So they can take it all the way. I don't need it anyway. I just want another day with you.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
Yeah. But why this? Why'd you pick this?
Well, you see, yesterday was a special day for my youngin', man. My youngest turned 14 yesterday.
Okay.
And this song right here, man, this used to be our jam, cause like, you know, you get nostalgic when you got kids, man, and when they have birthdays, you start thinking back. And it was 14 years ago. I was packing her around like a little football, man.
Yeah.
And I remember the first night we brought her home, I sat in the rocking chair with her, no joke, and sang this song for like 2 hours straight because it stopped her from crying.
Aw, that's sweet.
You know, man, you get a little sentimental around kids' birthdays. You also get a little broke because she's expensive, but love her. We got people. Oh snap! And she's in the chat saying OMG. Hey, HBD to the little one, y'all. Give my daughter Zariah some birthday love one time for your mind.
Let's see some. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and roll that.
The darkness will be with you, always.
Hey man, y'all sure y'all don't want to like burn one first, man?
Why did you play that late?
You hear about the cable?
What is thy bidding, my master?
Ask God.
Forever.
This is the way.
Yes.
The way.
Indeed, it is the way. What is good, everybody? We have arrived.
So let's hit it with the sauce.
Cause if you ain't got the sauce, then that's your loss. You know what it is, son. It's your boy, Freddie Roy. I'm in this thing with the homie Lavis B, and together we are the Mayne Authority. Your one-stop shop for whatever in the hell we feel like talking about from week to week, Mayne.
Yes, sir.
And what a week it has been.
Yes, it has been.
This is a week, man. We already talked about the birthday love. You know, my youngest turned 14, making me feel older and older every year.
Every year.
Happy birthday, baby. Daddy loves you. Hope you had a good one. But then we had a Moon Knight season finale.
Like, and the finale it was.
Wasn't it though? Wasn't it
so glad we live to talk about it.
Oh yes, definitely got to get into that. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think there was like a movie that dropped.
Oh yeah, don't act like you don't know.
Yeah,
you know what it
you
is.
already know, man. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, y'all.
Multiverse of Madness,
like D-Zam. There's a lot of shocking things in that. Some good.
Yes.
not so good.
I agree. I
But
most definitely agree.
let's talk about it. We're gonna stay spoiler free because we know it's still the opening weekend and folks ain't got a chance to see it yet. So we don't want to spoil anything.
Not yet.
But I
Not
know the people are wondering. They gonna want to know what we thought. So let's see. What were your thoughts, man?
Well, I felt like it was a very, very solid movie for the 2 hours and some odd minutes that you got to watch that. And the pacing was pretty good. It didn't really waste too much time trying to get into not just the action,
Right.
but just the premise of the story. And I can easily see how people felt like Wanda stole the show.
Yes.
Because it kind of felt like you got to watch or see like 3 different sides of Wanda. You know, it kind of got the reminiscent WandaVision vibes when you got to see her. And then you got that, oh, this is what really happened after she left that town. This is the person she turned into. You get to see some of that. And then you get to see what it was like if she was kind of all right. Just to get all messed up all over again and start filleting people.
Like,
and that's that was just something crazy with Wanda. But hey, Doctor Strange pulled through. There was a lot of little different versions that you get to see him. You know, keep that light on that one. So you get to see different.
It's a multiverse movie, so you knew that there were going to be variations of variants of characters we have seen, and you definitely get that, man. But I'm gonna tell you, I thought, you know, if you had to, well, let me ask you, if you had to put a number on it, where would you put it?
I give it a solid 8. I give it a solid 8. Can't think of nothing else.
What's up.
Yes.
I'm gonna say I really enjoyed this movie, man. However, I like Doctor Strange 1 better, y'all. And that is no knock on Doctor Strange 2. It was not a knock on Multiverse of Madness, man, but I've told people, man, Doctor Strange, the original, is in my top 3 non-MCU or non-Avengers MCU movies of all time. It's up there for me. So I wasn't really expecting this one to really jump like that.
Yeah, right.
Like I didn't think that was gonna happen. So I was like, okay, cool. If that's the way it's gonna be, then that's the way it's gonna be. We ain't no big deal there, man. It's all good. But that being the case, I must say, I go with an 8 too, man. I go with a solid 8. Go with a solid 8.
Very fair.
I thought the pacing, like you said, I like the fact that, you know, we didn't waste time in the movie. I actually felt like the movie could have stood another 30 minutes. But there was, the reason I say 8, man, as much as I love this movie, there were just a few things, and I'm not going to get into none of it, but there were a couple of scenes or a couple of sequences that just didn't quite sit right with me in this movie. And maybe next week when we get to talking about the spoilers, I'll get into that a little bit more, man. But I'm like I said, we're going to keep it light. It was some things in there, though, that had me scratching my head just a little bit.
I feel like the plot armor was a little thick.
Yeah.
The plot armor was laid on a little thick, but not in the inappropriate places, but still just enough, like you said, to make you kind of scratch your head, make you think, make you wonder.
Right.
The movie still kept it moving, and it kept you from having to dwell on those plot armor moments. So now I definitely feel what you are talking about there on that one. And you know, it like I said, it didn't really take away from the movie too much. That might have been what kept it from being a 9 or a 10. But at the same time, I thought it was a really good story. You know what I'm saying? From start to finish.
Yeah.
And everything connected well. You do get some good cameos in there. And one, I would say some people might be surprised to see, but it raises a question that I can't really ask right now because it definitely is spoilery to bring it up, but it does raise a question for the future of a certain franchise when you see that. Yeah. And I thought it was a good thing that, you know, it was wrapped really well, that you didn't really expect to see it, but when it happened,
I'm gonna tell you,
it's like, wow.
For the split second that and I know exactly what you're talking about. And, you know, again, this isn't too spoilerific because it was in the damn trailer. So look, y'all know what it is, but we'll still, hey, Mama Good with the 15 said, I got one. That's Dark Chaos said that one. Oh, there was no. You know what? When Mama Good tipped, she ain't even got to say nothing. That's all.
Nope.
That's all it takes. That's all it needs.
That's all it is.
You know, we appreciate. And that tells you what kind of a diamond of a mother you have. That she giving us love on her weekend.
Right.
On her weekend.
Well, I'm gonna take her out tomorrow.
There you go. You supposed to be going to see. Yeah, man. You supposed to be going to take her to go see Strange, right? Good stuff.
But you know, I had to get my first.
Oh yeah.
You know how that is. Shout out to Kavai.
Shout out to the homie Kavai, man, doing what it do as usual. Wow. Loving it, man.
I can hear him now. You welcome, guys. You know what I'm saying? There he goes. Look, see? You know, that's my guys right there. You know what I'm saying? Stop.
That's 2 weeks in a row, bro.
Hey,
that's 2 weeks in a.
Oh,
wait a minute, man. Like, wait, hold on. What is going on here? You trying to pull a Moon Knight on me or something, man? Like, what?
You were supposed to tell me when we crossed over the threshold of multiverse.
Well, look, man. You want to figure yourself out? Like, what is that? Like, I can't. What the hell?
We can't let the people know we got the mask, and we can just
change people like that, like just out of nowhere like that. I've never seen you. That's, you know what, man.
Talk about acting out of character.
Right. That's some weird. I'm just gonna say it, Lavis. That's some weird shit, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I don't know. But you know what? Well, how about
the people saw who it was? Though.
Yes, they did. I think they ready. I think they ready. So
ready.
we gonna do this. We gonna shift like this. Right here.
Oh.
And then we gonna work that out. And we gonna go on and get that thing popping, man.
Yes, sir.
Look, we can't have you. Look, that you can't. We can't do that, man. We can't. That's just.
So
they not ready to see the real Lavis like that. That's just.
No.
Oh, they not. Oh man, that's a whole different ball game, bro. Like,
and then I guess in the meantime, let me ask the people a question. In this poll,
yeah, man, you know we always need a poll,
right? All day.
Pause.
Yes.
Oh man, hit him with that poll, man. Well, I had to hit him with that sauce.
Kind of threw me off there.
He said, I got to keep you guessing.
All the time. All right, peoples. Who wants to know? Did you enjoy that Moon Knight finale?
Did they enjoy it?
It's a question, man. Because I've seen some mixed reviews, and you already know I get all my reviews from Twitter. I'm just joking. Not all of my reviews, but I have to go check and see what Twitter's talking about half the time when it comes to these IPs that we get, because some of them are very outlandish. Very, very outlandish. And it's interesting because at least they're not lukewarm. They either completely hate it or they really love it.
Gotcha.
It's always the best ever or the worst thing that ever happened in the world. And I just enjoy some of those comments on there, especially when I come across some of Green Bears.
What are you talking about, man?
Him and Hawks holocrons, man. They are always all up on Twitter.
Always.
And with that extreme opinion.
Always, man. Always. You got to give it, you got to keep it spicy, man. You got to keep it spicy.
Because they hit them with their sauce.
Yeah, man, because everybody got their own flavor of sauce, man.
Exactly.
Everybody got their own flavor of
like
sauce.
back in the day when they had purple ketchup, red mustard.
Yeah.
Don't act like y'all don't remember that. Don't act like y'all don't remember buying the purple ketchup.
All right, man. You think we can work this out now? You think the people's ready?
Yeah, I think we might be able to.
I know they heard all the extra coughing going on. Caller on the line, are you ready?
Yes.
With your late ass. But we love you anyway. What's good? I see you look. I would, you know what? I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I wouldn't even want to leave the beach either, man. If I was chilling like somewhere like that, I probably wouldn't want to. I probably wouldn't want to. I'd be like, man, the hell with them Mayne peoples. I'm over here chilling. But
Yeah.
my man is in the building. What's good, Trent? What's popping, man?
Oh no, man! Just accidentally popping through the multiverse here and there. You know,
I see.
Just doing my thing. You know. Yeah, having a very great week. It was a great week for us us nerds.
Oh,
and
yeah.
also at the same time, a very sad week as well. Because I believe within the past, I think probably within the past 7 days, like a week worth of time. We lost Neil Adams, and then just today, well, I believe it actually happened yesterday. We just lost George Perez. So some sadness. I guess it's bittersweet, a bittersweet kind of week.
Yeah, man, no doubt. R.I.P. to both, man. You know, lived good ones. It's always sad, but you know, when people transcend, man, we try to celebrate and honor what they left behind. So always try to leave something behind, people.
Yeah,
Life
man.
is about legacy, man.
Facts. Yeah, he ain't lying though. This week was crazy. What was it? What's his name? The little love guru dude that always wanted to give advice but to women, but he was rude. Was it Keith Sanders?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he passed away as well.
Man, R.I.P.
So,
man.
Yeah, no more love advice on the mean negative side.
You know good and damn well there's somebody waiting to step in and take that spot.
All day.
Yeah.
All day.
I tell you
And
what
then,
though. Oh well,
what else?
You might be. I was gonna say. I tell you about somebody who might have wished they was dead.
Right. I was about to say.
We gonna throw a
curveball
curveball at Trend on this one.
Oh yeah.
You know, we were on here a few weeks ago and we was talking about, you know, comedians and the dangerous life that they live these days. You know, you can't even be a comedian without having somebody run up and try to slap you on stage in the middle of the Oscars or something like that. And apparently, now it's open season on stand-up. Homie Dave Chappelle got rushed this week, but it didn't really end well for that gentleman, man. Like,
not at all.
Mama Good, I'm gonna just have to say this way. You got to forgive me, but they beat the brakes off his ass.
Yes, they did.
I don't know if I know you saw that picture, bro. Trent, did you see that picture?
Yeah, it was arm all out.
Bro, like,
hey,
my dude,
he was.
First of all, where they find this old GTA 3 enemy looking dude in the first place? Like, he looked like he be on Grove Street or something, bro. Like, I'm
trying to tell you, the re-render of Streets of Rage, the little first goon that you come across.
I'm trying to tell you,
my man, they stomped him in, broke him.
Yeah, they did.
Did he get? But did he get justice though, Trent? Did he get what he deserved?
You know, probably. I guess so. I think so. He got what he deserved. Apparently, the law's gonna let him off a little bit light, but other than that, I think he got what he deserved.
I don't even think at this point the law should have to get involved. He learned his lesson.
To me,
he learned his lesson, bro. Like, when you get your ass beat like that. When you get stomped out backstage to the point where Dave Chappelle come back out and is like, I always wanted to do that. Like, they got it in on your ass, bro. Like, they stomped him into religion.
Yeah.
Talk about give me a reason. That's exactly what my man did. Just came through and was like, hey,
you know how much pent up black aggression was in that ass whooping he got? Like, you know,
to the point where it spawned Jamie Foxx.
That's what I'm saying. Out of nowhere. Like,
out of nowhere.
I mean, my dude popped up like he was another one of Moon Knight's like alter egos or something. Like, he just popped up. Jamie Foxx like, I'm here to whoop that ass.
Right. That just goes to show you got to be a celebrity to be able to just. Like, I mean, let's look at the difference though. See, so you're a celebrity. You got to walk up on stage, slap another celebrity, go sit back down.
Yep.
You cannot be rushing up on stage.
As an average Joe, man.
No, man.
Don't work like
that.
Man. Let that tell you, not everyone can be Will Smith.
No.
Right.
And almost gives it a little more respect. It's like, well, damn. If I was Will Smith, I could just walk up and slap you up on stage. That sounds like the new threat for 2022.
That's like, you talking about a threat. That sounds like the new aspiration. I want to be real. I want to be Will Smith big. I can walk on stage and slap somebody on the Oscars and go take my damn seat. Right. I want to be that famous.
Where you don't
Exactly.
get jumped.
You don't get
Actually,
jumped,
yeah.
right? You don't
Right,
get
or you don't
jumped.
get
Reach
jumped.
that level, that status.
No, see, if
You
that
don't
had
get
happened at
jumped.
the awards and somebody got jumped, they call that the Source Awards. That's what that is. That ain't the Grammys. That's the Source Award.
I thought
Hey,
that was versus.
Yeah, Versus, Source Awards, BET Awards. It don't matter. Any one of them three, man. You know, we not. You're not looking for static at any of them award shows, bro. Like,
No, man.
nah,
Nah,
you in there
man.
trying
They
to
come
keep
strapped
the
there
peace.
too. Right.
Yeah, like,
I'm saying he's lucky. He probably didn't. Nobody pulled out a piece.
you know what I'm
Stand
saying?
up on stage like talk about.
Hey, at a Dave
Damn.
Chappelle concert, no less, man.
Right.
The only thing I
Right,
tell you
at
what I
Dave
regret.
Chappelle.
The only thing I regret is that Dave Chappelle has that no cell phone policy, right? Wouldn't you want to see some glorious footage of that? Like, I just want to see, like, because my thing is, okay, so if he got his ass whooped backstage, Trent, or he was on stage when he, how do you end up
When it
backstage
started.
and get his ass whooped? Who took him? That means security was like, we ain't even finna arrest your ass. We just gonna take you right around this corner.
Right.
And they
Right. It was
uncuffed him, and
just
he was
weird.
like, wait, I get to go free? No.
Right. Nope. No. If you could walk.
If you can walk when we finish, then you can
this.
go free.
Right.
Boy.
After these messages,
Yes.
man, that's just crazy. All day. It's 2022, people.
Hey,
Never know what you gonna see.
gave that
Yeah,
man an ass whooping so good, Jake Lockley would have been proud.
Right. And yeah, hopefully it's a lesson to anybody else who thinks that it's probably a good idea to start doing this. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it's a little lesson for anybody else out there.
Right. Yeah.
You
He
know-
had to sacrifice himself.
Everywhere.
You would think, man, you would think, look, everything is just going wild today. What is this? What is this?
It's solar flares.
It's look,
Mercury retrograde.
it's yeah. I told you we need to make sure they re-outfit this Falcon, man.
I know. Well, I'm surprised we still got it. We was supposed to take it back like
Hey,
2
well, look.
weeks ago.
Technically, it's still ours if it's still in our possession.
I mean,
Who
I'm
cares what a
pretty
piece
sure
of paper
Wallace. I think Wallace is still paying the insurance on it. So
Why Wallace just walk out of here, man? Wallace, why you just walk out of here, bruh? You know what, man? Let's get to this Moon Knight, man. Let's get to this Moon Knight, man. Let's talk about it. We have the comic guru himself in here. I need to know, Trent, how'd you feel about that finale, man?
You know, I thought it was okay. And I think the series overall was pretty good. But the finale, man, I just feel like it wrapped all up too fast. There wasn't enough, like, I feel like they could have explained a lot of stuff better, but they didn't. And I also kind of feel like maybe they don't really need to. Altogether, the series leaves me kind of with that feeling like I feel okay about it, but I'm still kind of like, I want more.
Yeah.
We deserved more.
I agree.
But yeah,
I agree.
and the character itself, though, I think they did the character himself pretty. I mean, as good as they probably were going to nail it down. And I think one of the big things about this series altogether is, but even with the finale, I think this is probably one of the better finales that we've gotten. But also, this series itself is actually the first series we've got that's fully introducing a new character into the MCU without somebody else there to bring them in. And I think that was kind of going to be kind of a task anyway. So I think overall I'm satisfied, though. I'm satisfied.
What's up? What
Good.
about you, homie? How'd you feel about that finale?
Man, the finale left me a little like feeling mixed. I'm not gonna front. Like it left me feeling mixed. Like I was really surprised that they was able to wrap things up with him and the whole death thing and come back and be back in the suit within 20 minutes to be flying out to try to save the day. I thought that was pretty impressive. That got me. But then that fight scene, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I just couldn't believe that Ethan Hawke was handling them like that. Like Ethan Hawke was for real delivering his end of justice, and like it was just like, okay, perfect example. It's kind of like we playing Sifu.
Okay.
When you gotta go up against Sifu, all the lower level people, you just knocking them over, boom, boom, bang, hit them up, done. But then you get to that boss, and then you started at age 22, bless you, and then all of a sudden you age 30, and then you 45, and then you 65
Right.
because they are just handling you and there's nothing you can do about it. That part, it just feels
Facts.
like the writers are always leaning in too heavy on making it dramatic for the hero to have to come back from. And then we got that little small blackout session that's supposed to be Jake, but you don't get to see it. And I wanted to see it. So it left me mixed. And then, jumping to the end, you get the post-credit scene. You get to actually see Jake Lockley. And he's like speaking French before he pops caps at people. But it's like, that's it? That's all we're going to get? Or are we going to... And then for the interesting change, all of a sudden now it's the season finale and not a series finale.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need to flesh that out. I need a little bit more on that Jake end. I didn't really appreciate the fact that they kept him locked up in the sarcophagus for most of the time. There's small little instances through the season that you see toward the end he gets shot, where his face is all messed up and he's got the bandage over his nose. A lot of us are speculating that that's when you get to see Jake a little bit, but he's speaking clear English there to me, and he sounds a little different, but it's not too distinguishable to establish the fact that it's actually him. So I'm kind of just wondering why they are keeping that under wraps. Is that something that they're going to use as a plot tool in the future to kind of justify when he makes the change or when he does certain things, but it's just unexplainable? Like how crazy is Mark Spector? Now it's cool if we leave it like that, but I wanted a little bit more about Jake. What about you, man? What you feel about the finale?
Both of y'all kind of stole my thunder in terms of the finale, because everything that you both said was exactly what I was going to say. Hey, what do we have here? Michael with the 10-piece. Appreciate you. Said I will come up and hug y'all on stage. Happy birthday, Z. Mine will be this coming Friday the 13th. I will be 59. That's what's up.
Yes.
Michael. MCU rules. I love Moon Knight and Multiverse of Madness. And we love you, man. Appreciate you. Happy early birthday. Make sure you celebrated the Mayne way.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, like y'all basically stole my thunder, man, pretty much, because I wasn't down with the fight scene. The whole lead up to Jake Lockley was lackluster because I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna save this dude for last. And then as we're going through the episode, I'm like, okay, so I like where they building up. They finna reveal this dude at the end. I'm liking the way this is shaping up. And then we just get the flash, and I was like, oh, come on, man. And then you save the actual reveal for the post-credit scene. Like, it was, I'll say this. Moon Knight overall, 8.5. Moon Knight finale, 6.
Yeah.
It was a 6.
Yeah.
Because it was as good as it was, it could have been so much better just by fleshing out the things. Like the kaiju battle between the two gods was dope. Like I was here for that.
Yeah.
I was definitely here for that. I thought Ethan Hawke, I thought he held his own, man. I thought it was believable from the aspect of like he's got God powers flowing through him. So like if you charged up like that, then hey, plus let's keep it a buck, man. Hoyt didn't learn some hand skills since Denzel last served him. Of course he gonna step his game up. You can't get whooped like that in two different properties.
Well, yeah, my man stepped it all the way up. He was washing up Moon Knight like it wasn't nothing, dude. It wasn't nothing.
Definitely was. And to that point, though, I will say I am getting a little tired of watching heroes getting their ass beat. Like, yes, I understand. I understand adversity. I understand them meeting their match to a certain degree, but we ain't got to just see them getting drugged like for a whole episode or a whole season of shows. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Speaking of seasons and speaking of finales, I think we figured it out. Man. I think White Suge lied. Better yet, let's say he corrected his truth. Because initially, remember, these were all supposed to be one pieces, one and done. With the exception of Loki, right? With the exception of Loki, it was like, these were presented almost as like these little standalone extended series that weren't supposed to be. One's supposed to be serial. One was supposed to be a season 2. Well, hindsight being 2020, when I go back and I look at Hawkeye, when I go back and I think about Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then especially after seeing this, and then WandaVision is the other one. all of these shows had one thing in common. You felt like there was more that you didn't get. And so what I think happened was with WandaVision and with Falcon and Winter Soldier, it was by necessity because of timelines and delays and the pandemic and all of that. But I think what they figured out by the time they hit Loki was people are not only watching this, but people are expecting there to be a season 2. Like, damn what you said about, or damn what we said about it being a one series, one-off and being done. And I think what they did was they totally pivoted. And I think this show is the first example of them actually doing that like ahead of time and basically planning for that prior to filming or right as they began filming, as opposed to it being, you know, midway through it. Because that's what I noticed with shows like Hawkeye, with shows like Falcon and Winter Soldier, is there's a bunch of stuff that it feels like there should have been more to it, but they kind of abruptly pivoted to keep that season's narrative going. It was like, oh wait, there's more to explore with this Madripoor thing, but nope, we ain't got time for that. We got to try to get to the end of this so we can tease you with a cliffhanger with, you know, Kingpin to bring you back in for season 2. And so I think, you know, Hawkeye and this show were the two where you can see that they kind of planned for season 2 from the beginning because of the way that the show was presented and the way that the episodes laid out. So I think we cracked the code, man, because everybody was thinking that it was, you know, going to be, and it was like, okay, well now clearly there's got to be a season 2. And now I think we figured out why, man. What you think?
I agree. I agree with everything you said there, because it just makes perfect sense. And also, I mean, real world standpoint, you cutting yourself out on money if you ain't trying to make extra seasons of shows that people are really gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't have said nothing about it being a one-off when you're gonna come on there and people are calling something like Moon Knight one of the best series that they got and make it. And to me, I hate the word series being used, even if it's limited. So to me, if you call something limited, better get at least 2 or 3 seasons, because it's a series. It's got to have something that comes after it. It's not a series if it's just the one thing. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what the rules say. I don't care what the grammatics might be of that. You got to have 1, 2, or 3. So it just makes sense that, you know, there would be another season, especially for something. You can't give us something that good and then be like, oh, well, you know, he'll be in a movie. The hell? No.
So what do you think, Trent? You think that you think there's something to this whole seasons thing, or you think this is the one and done?
Well, I think there's a combination of things going on when it comes to that, because absolutely with the season 2 thing, I do think that you're right there. Like they probably didn't originally have that planned and decided, like, you know, let's do it. And I think part of the reason, like, for one, I believe all these shows are made to kind of introduce all these other characters so they don't have to do a lot of that within the films. They don't have to spend as much time doing that. They can kind of build these characters up. But also, I mean, even through that, doing this series like Moon Knight, like I said earlier, this being the first one that the character they've done pretty much on his own, nobody there to boost him up or introduce him or anything, is seeing the popularity of that character and knowing, like, okay, we'll do a season 2, but the next appearance of this character, I'm guessing, will probably be in a movie or maybe in a crossover of one of the shows. And then they'll see how it does and how he performs in a movie, and then they can always still just go back on that season 2, be like, okay, we've got the season 2 planned. We can do a little bit more with this character, and then maybe make him more prominent in something else, and just kind of see how it plays on a lot of those kinds of things. Because some of the things like WandaVision, I don't really see them doing like a season 2 on something for that either. And even Falcon and Winter Soldier, honestly, doesn't seem like something that you do a season 2 on, especially after you got a Captain America movie already getting ready to come out. I suppose you could do another series, but it probably wouldn't be Captain America and Winter Soldier in this case.
Yeah, no doubt. I think you're spot on with that. Now, one thing that I do got to ask you too, though. So with Moon Knight, you know, this was one of the shows where, like you said, they were introducing a new character. They really didn't bring anybody for him to piggyback off of. And this was a character that, you know, to, let's say, MCU normies might have been like totally ignorant of who Moon Knight was. Like, this is, you know, Moon Knight is kind of a deep cut unless you're like really in the comics. Now, as somebody who's really in the comics, I want to know from your perspective, how accurate of a representation of the comic did they do with this show, do you think?
I think for the character, maybe of like Moon Knight himself, did pretty good. I think with the personalities, they changed it up because in the comics, Stephen Grant was more like a Tony Stark type. He wasn't a little weenie with a terrible accent.
Got you.
And Mark Spector was more the mercenary type. And Jake Lockley was just kind of the ears out on the street. He didn't really as far as the stuff I've read, he wasn't the guy out there doing what he's doing in the show. So they kind of switched all of that up a little bit. But as far as, especially like the Lemire run, the stuff they pulled from that, I think they did pretty well and held accurate to. But the character himself, I mean, they deviated from a little bit, but I wouldn't say that it was so bad that I wouldn't say they did the character justice. Just they could have done better on some aspects, but they changed all the things up from the comics anyway.
Right, no doubt, no doubt. What about you, homie? Like, how do you? So let me ask you this last question, then, Trent. Knowing that they had to take certain liberties and they changed a lot with the character, how do you feel about Moon Knight in the MCU now? Is this somebody that you want to see more of, or like, would you be okay if it was just like a Midnight Suns appearance or something like that?
I definitely want to see more if they'll give us more.
Okay.
You're not going to show me them Jake Lockley scenes. You're not going to show me show me him in the different suit that he has as Moon Knight, which I guarantee you he has. It has to look different.
Right.
I'm wondering if it's the one that's going to be with the jet black and the silver.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that costume's dope.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be like, because that's how they always described it in the comics, which most of the time it always looked white though anyway. So yeah,
it's got that matte black appearance to it. Yeah.
I wonder how different it's going to look. And one of my things I've been speculating about is, since Jake is a little more brutal anyway, I wonder if he's the one that had, like the original Moon Knight, has the spikes on his cestises.
Okay. Crazy. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, if they're gonna do a season 2, then we got to get more out of this show. Like, it's got to be more focused on Jake, but also from beyond that, like, I want to see how Moon Knight connects or operates like within the MCU overall. Like, don't just relegate him to his own story. Start introducing some of these crossovers or whatnot, just from a perspective of I want them to continue to build a world that kind of connects. And that's one of the things that that's the second lie actually that I feel like got exposed, that White Suge got exposed for this week. We'll circle back to that one in a minute. But yeah, it's like with season 2, I definitely got to get some Jake, and I got to get some Jake that's not just like, oh, here's a flash of him talking or whatnot, and then he handles business, but we see that off screen, or we don't get to see it because it's off screen. Now give us that. Like, I don't care how you got to do it, whether it's Hulu, whatever you want to do, Disney Plus. But give it to us. We got Daredevil on Disney Plus already. We got The Punisher, man. There's an audience for that stuff, man. So like, give the people what they want, man. Give us Jake in all his glory, because that was like one of the big downers for me with this finale was we didn't get to see Jake actually doing Jake things other than that post-credit scene, and even that was, real brief. So that's where I'm at with it. I would love to see a season 2 as long as season 2 brought us a little bit more than what we got. I think this was a nice introduction to the character. I think, especially coming from a normie perspective where I ain't really know who Moon Knight was until I found out they were doing a Moon Knight show. It's like, okay. And I was really with it. The whole dynamic between, Mark and Steven and all of that, like, love that, man. Like, Oscar Isaac was like borderline born for this role, but like, he killed that. Props to Oscar Isaac and I don't know the young lady's name, but that played Layla, she killed it too. Because like in this last episode, she got to switching it up a little bit when she was playing Tywet, and it was like, oh snap, like they really like did their homework on getting the right people to play these roles. So I'm with it, man. Like, season 2, bring it as long as you up the ante a little bit.
Yeah, I hope they keep Tyrett. I hope they they keep that dynamic going, because it kind of works for both of them.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Falcon. It's She-Falcon.
She-Falcon?
Yeah, it's She-Falcon.
Okay. She-Falcon.
Didn't know that.
No, because when she came, like, I know a lot of people have been saying it kind of reminded them of Wonder Woman. I'm like, it did, and it also reminded me of Falcon too, the way that she was using the wings and everything. I'm like, it seemed kind of the same. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, it was whatever. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool seeing her come in and do the thing. Of course, they did the cheesy thing with the "Are you an Egyptian?"
Oh yeah, that was so on the nose, bro. That was so on the nose. But you kind of expect that now, especially in this society, man. It's like everybody's like overt, like going out of their way to let you know that they pro everything now. So it's like, we see you working. We see you working, Mickey. We see you working.
Well, and it seems like a lot in a lot of the older kind of like stuff you would see stuff like that too, like a little kid asking the hero or something like, "Hey, are you so and so? Or you do like, are you a good guy?" Like, yeah kid, fly off or whatever's gonna happen, So yeah, it's not a new kind of thing.
No, not at all, man. I saw Mike Jokey Porter said MCU does Batman and Wonder Woman better than DC does. He ain't wrong, bro. Because
he ain't lying.
It was, and then the thing that was fun, the funniest part of the episode for me was, if you didn't get what they were going for with it, they even hit you when Moon Knight flew up into the moon and and they showed his wings out or whatever, his cape out, and that was straight pulled from like the Tim Burton Batman when they flew up.
Yeah.
I was like, bruh, they are basically all over DC right now. Like,
yes, they are.
Your movies suck. And we approve it.
It's like, this is only a TV show.
Right.
People are tuning in for 43 minutes of greatness and not your 3 hours.
Care Bear reboot.
Hey,
oh,
right.
Oh, don't even get me started.
You know what?
Man.
So I have a hard time sleeping at night. So I found a movie that I could put on now that it knocks me out. Same spot.
The Batman?
Every time. The Batman.
The Batman is it, bro. Like, I knew it.
The Batman.
That has become my lullaby, bro.
Hey.
Like, I will put that movie on and be out before he show up at Falcone's spot.
Dude. I don't even get that far. I get to the point where you hear him scream and he finally attacks the mayor.
Oh,
I have no idea
okay.
what happens after that. That's like the first 2 minutes.
I watched it in the theater. That's it.
Yeah, that movie, man. Look, hey, if that's your joint, man, more power to you. But I love that movie for a completely different reason, man.
I got worried when they put a 10-year-old to sleep. Batman should not put children to sleep.
Man, look,
at all.
That movie. I mean, it's designed to make you so sleepy though. Like, it's so like drab and slow, and I mean, I get that that's what they were going for, but it's just like not for Batman though. Like, not. Focus on that half the movie, but you better give me Batman for the other half, because this is what out of there.
I felt like that movie had at least 3 villains. You had the Riddler, you had Carmine Falcone, and the Narcoleptor. We ain't never heard of the Narcoleptor before, but he was definitely introduced in that movie.
Oh man,
definitely.
And on his job. On his job, man.
But that Moon Knight though, don't put you to sleep at all. I caught it when it dropped.
Yeah, I was up ready. I was ready for that, man. I was ready for that. Speaking of Moon Knight though, going back to that, I want to get y'all's thoughts on something related, but a little bit more, a little bit more broad. 6-episode season arcs. Where are we at with that? Like, is 6 a good number? Like, we've gotten a nice little sample size now of these MCU shows. I think we've gotten enough that we can see how this arc feels, especially when you compare it to what Star Wars was doing with like Mandalorian. Which do you prefer? Do you feel like the 6 episodes work, or do you think these would be better if they were a little bit more long form? Like let's say Wanda was 9, right? How do you feel about that, Trent?
I like the 6 episodes. If I wouldn't be upset if they pushed to 8, but I think beyond that is probably a little much.
Yeah, I got you.
But I think the thing is, like, with 6 episodes, like, I feel like it kind of limits what they can do, and I feel like that might be a good thing with what we're seeing out of these shows. Because I feel like if you push them to 8 episodes and do them the way they've been doing them, then you just got 2 more episodes of what we've been getting.
Yeah.
And I don't know that these shows are really ever going to be more than they are already.
Gotcha. And what about you, homie?
I seen something on Twitter and I kind of agree with this, but if we're going to do 6 episodes for a season, then at least make them an hour, like an actual honest hour. Let me get 58 minutes of content for 6 episodes. I feel like it's the finale that suffers whenever you get down to that last episode, because you built up so much. Like Moon Knight is actually a good example. They built up so much that by the end of episode 5, they still had to wrap up what was going on by the end of episode 5 and then try to squeeze in a conclusion because this is the last episode. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was within 42 to 43 minutes. So I feel like if they had at least another 15, it probably wouldn't have felt so rushed at the same time. Or maybe you can actually wrap it up a little bit better, you know what I'm saying, and not leave so much to want still. I think that's really what it comes down to. You get the conclusion. You can pretty much call like the end of episode 5 like part of the finale in a way, because like that very next episode, like I said, you have to wrap all of that stuff back up and then try not to leave a cliffhanger on what's going to go on with the character from that point. So I would go with six episodes for about an hour. If you're going to go a little bit longer or like more episodes or whatever the case, then you can knock that down a bit at about 45 minutes or so. I think it's fair. Like we got for these. If I got 8 45-minute ones, fine. Cool with that. What do you think?
I'm about to give you an answer as if I was running for office. I feel like I am totally down with whichever fits the story you are trying to tell. Don't make every one of them 6. Don't necessarily make every one of them 8 to 10 episodes.
Right.
Because there's, with Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't think we needed any more episodes there.
No.
Loki, maybe 1 or 2 more, but that's just because I was enjoying that show so much.
Right.
This show, same thing. I would have been down with this being a little bit longer because maybe then we could have explored Jake a little bit sooner, or we would have had enough of Jake that we wouldn't feel like we didn't get enough. And we would, now we waiting on a season 2 to see if we actually even get that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it really, and that's what made me think about it, because I thought that like this would be the first show that I'd be able to check out and really have like make my mind up about that. Cause that's something like back and forth that I've been trying to think of or figure out is how I feel about some of these shorter seasons, especially when you get, like Daredevil was 13 episodes of pure goodness, like just about every season. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do I miss that? And those were like right up against an hour, and that's 13 episodes. Now that was also Netflix, and you could get away with putting a little bit more in those episodes than you can when you mess with the mouse. But still, it's like, which is the preference? And to be honest, man, like for me, like I said, I'm right down the middle with it, because for those episodes, or for those shows like Daredevil, like WandaVision, it makes sense. But the shorter ones, they also make sense. So I guess it's like, somebody over there know what they're doing, I guess, then.
Yeah.
I guess.
What I was just thinking as we were sitting here talking about is, they've got those the specials coming up, like the Halloween special or whatever, and I believe there's the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special as well coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be great. Like, I want to see how those turn out, because as we were sitting there talking, like, as far as we know, those are basically going to be one shots, but how do they tie into the larger MCU overall, if they're going to, or if they're just supposed to be some fun little things? But I was starting there to sit there and think it would be great if they did like little 1 hour one shots that were really well produced, and maybe they just tell stories of something that's going on and teases, like almost like trailers for what's getting ready to go on from this movie to that movie or whatnot. Like maybe something else that's kind of just tying in out there, like almost like a post-credit scene. But like I said, a really well-produced 1 hour thing, just like, bam, there you go.
Well, I'm totally with that. But the flip side of that is that would mean that White Suge would have to admit something that I think we all figured out this weekend. And that's that they lied about this whole idea that you don't have to watch these Disney Plus shows to know what's going on in these MCU movies, man.
Facts.
Facts. White Suge, they lied. Because there's no way
you say you have to.
No, he said you didn't. I can't even say it. Specifically, remember when they did that first Disney little debut joint where they talked about the MCU shows. He said that these were going to be independent of the movies, that you wouldn't have to watch these to understand what was going on. Like, and he gave the example of, I think, the next Avengers movie. And if I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that's what it was, and I think we talked about that.
So I find a Forbes article from 2019, and actually Kevin Feige confirms you'll need to watch.
Oh, you will need. Okay, so then maybe he ain't lying.
Yep,
well,
to keep up with the movies. Yep.
They nailed that. Then let's pivot it that way, because they nailed that ish. Because if you went into this and you ain't see WandaVision, you like, who the hell are these kids?
Right.
And who's the daddy? Like, you got no context of any of that. So they have, and the reason I wanted to bring this up is because whether it was a lie or the truth, it's brilliant. It is brilliant because you have now given people a direct reason to go and watch these shows. Like, WandaVision is, it's been out for over a year now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, WandaVision's been out for well over a year, and now you're going to see a severe uptick in WandaVision just off of people watching Doctor Strange and being like, I got to go find out what happened here.
Right.
Got it on the opening screen now. It was on there. Is that and Doctor Strange. They were there on the main screen there.
This is and this is Trent is speaking facts, and this is what is so crazy and a little borderline scary when you think about it, about the mouse, because they've got everything covered. It's like, oh, we got you at the movies. Oh, you ain't get enough? We got you on streaming. Oh, you still want more? We got games we can drop. Like, it's crazy, man. I mean, and I'm here for it. I'm here for every last bit of content they want to give out. Take my money. But like, man, I'm just like, it's crazy because it was so effective that I heard people in my movie, like when they were leaving, talking about it. Like, now I got to go watch WandaVision because and I'm just like, damn.
Right.
Smart.
It's a circle. Yeah. They started it with the Lion King, man. It's the circle of life. You gotta watch the Disney Plus to watch the movie. Oh, you ain't watched the movie? Then go watch the Disney Plus. Oh, you like the Disney Plus enough? Hey, I'm about to say this. We definitely need to get a Moon Knight game or something.
Oh, yes.
Which it's, and we, because we're thinking about all these things, and I was thinking about all these characters that they've kind of introduced to us. I mean, I could easily see them making all these characters intersect into another show or into a movie. One of the things I was suspecting, just kind of speculating, is they could easily put like Moon Knight in a West Coast Avengers, along with John Walker, along with I was about to say, I almost called her Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. Hey, like they could easily put all those characters there as a West Coast Avengers, and they could even have Clint there heading them all up, being kind of the leader of them, like maybe like just kind of a director, if you will.
Right. No doubt. Nice. I'm definitely feeling that, man. I'm here for it. Real quick, I'm also here for these last two soups that we got that came through. I got one from Best Carbona for 10 piece. I appreciate you, man. He said, but did you watch The Offer? Sadly, sir, no, I did not. But there is a good side to that. I am going to be watching it this week.
Okay.
With the Maynes.
Hey.
We are going to do for our main movie night of the month of May. Why not just watch The Offer with everybody, man? Let's just do it.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Oh, man. Well, we got one from
and then we got Vito. Yes. $5. Always coming through. Lord Vito said, bro, I ate too many edibles last night for the movie and I'm still high 24 hours later. That boy is in his own multiverse of madness.
Ain't he though? Hey. Multiverse of marrow, something else.
Multiverse of boy. Vito, holla at us when you get back down, bro.
Right? Them edibles of madness.
Oh boy, I'm telling you. How you thinking you Doctor Strange? Walking around like
nah, right.
Look, I'm gonna give spoilers now. Let me shut up because mine's kicking in too.
Right?
We don't do that here.
Right.
Publicly.
Right.
Multiverse of Sawce.
Hey.
Oh man, that might be a commercial right there.
See, I would do the whole little thing like Doctor Strange do, but it's gonna look like I'm throwing up gang signs. So I'm gonna relax.
He
I'm
trying
gonna relax.
He trying to keep the feds off the channel. I appreciate that, homie. I really do. We don't need them problems in our life. They be like,
I'm
wait a
not
minute,
saying.
these gangbangers openly
Right.
on the YouTube with some guy on a beach doing God knows what and spreading who knows who. Oh man.
Man. All I'm gonna tell him is I'll be fresh as hell. As the Freds
Watching, man.
Yes, they can. They'll go ahead. I don't care.
Facts,
Let 'em do
no
it.
tax.
All day.
So
all day.
you dropped a few little hints of it as we get ready to roll up out of here, man. Seafood.
Yes, sir.
We tripped, fell, and landed on seafood last week.
Yes, we did.
Must say, it's a pretty dope game, though. I believe you are enjoying it far more than I am.
Oh yeah. Especially on the PC.
Yes.
I had to get it for PC and for the 5 for when I'm done sitting in this chair.
Seafood.
Yeah. Break it
What
down
is
for
a
Trend,
seafood?
man.
Well, pretty much Seafood is a game out on PS4, 5, and possibly other platforms besides PC that don't matter. And it's basically a beat 'em up. It's a fighting game that you go through as either a male or female character, and their father was killed. I guess there's some past vendetta, and you're a young child when it happens. They kill you, but you have like a magic talisman, and this magic talisman, every time you in the game get defeated, you age, but it keeps you from dying. Like pretty much, you can get stabbed or whatever. This talisman will revitalize you. You get back into the fight. And you go through 5 stages to get to the person who killed your father. And I didn't know this, but you actually have an option to spare or kill them. But I believe, I'm not sure if they got the mechanics working right, because like when I played on the PS5, I see that you get the option to spare them, and there's like a special way you have to get to that. Like you have to break their structure twice in order to do that. But I've done that, and I see the option come up to spare, but when I hit it, nah, they kill him every time. They ain't sparing nobody. Just like the main cap just said, they ain't sparing nobody. But yeah, it's pretty much a beat 'em up, and then as you play, you have to kind of play the 5 stages over again because there's small unlockables, different things that you can collect. That he has a board. They have a board that they put up, the conspiracy board. And you get the pictures and stuff, and it pops it up there. So it's kind of like the small lore of the game as you go through. And you have to, like I said, fight 1 through 5, and then go back to like level 1, unlock a door, and level 2 code and all that type of stuff. But the fighting is the fun part, of course. And it's pretty much like you just go through and you are fighting nearly everybody in a storyline. It makes sense. But there's not much dialogue. You go in one section and the next, and you either getting hit in the head with a bat if you don't duck fast enough, or you kick somebody into a chair, and the dynamics of the game work really well. But the mods on the PC is really where it's at, because I done went mod crazy after the homie Al over here, homie Freddie Roy, then turned me on and where to go get them at. And I'm trying to do some recordings because I want to play some on our Patreon. But I done got Deathstroke, I got Bruce Lee, I got Blade, Moon Knight. The Daredevil is one of the best ones that they did. I got lightsabers. I got it all, man, and I'm wanting to share it with the people because it's so much fun when you get to. I got Batman. I got like 3 different versions of Batman, and it's just fun because it fits all these characters that they made. Because the story is pretty much you going out and either getting vengeance, or when you spare them, it's kind of like you done beat them down so bad that they just see the error of their ways. And nearly all of them cry at the end of it. So like it's dope when you get to beat them down and you spare them, and then Batman's standing there and they're crying and remorseful, like he just about to catch them and take them to Arkham. It's just dope. So I'm down with Seafood, and I didn't got it for the 5, like I said, so I can get the practice in because you can use the controller on the computer. So I'm trying to get that duck and dodge in, but I think I actually like it on the computer a little better. Not even because of the mods, just. Ironically, I thought it wasn't working right. Now I see it works better because I actually don't get beat up as bad on the PC as I have on the 5.
And that's one of the knocks on the game. Because I slept on this game when it first came out. I saw a lot of people talking about it. But Trent, and you might be able to appreciate this. This is, you remember the old 8-bit game Kung Fu on Nintendo?
Yes.
It's basically that, but brought to 2022 standards.
Right.
Like it's no frills, very little story. You just progressing from level to level, trying to like outlast the bad guys or whatever till you get to the
Pretty
boss
much.
at the end of each one, and then you get to the end and it's like, all right, let me see if I can do this again without dying.
Right.
Like it's one of those. It's the same thing. It's really dope, man. But the thing about it is,
check it out.
for me, and this is when I haven't told you this, homie, but this is why I'm mad that I bought it on 5, because this is the first game that I played in my life where I said this out loud and threw the controller in disgust.
Oh,
It's too many damn buttons. Everything in this game is its own damn button. I'm trying to dodge and I'm ducking. I'm trying to duck and I'm dodging. I'm thinking I'm throwing a light punch and I'm actually throwing a special. I'm like, bruh, I can't do this.
oh man.
I was
the fun part.
Yeah, it was like, man, I finally started getting the hang of it. There's like a rhythm to it that you got to pick up on.
Yeah,
And you start
yeah.
realizing like the patterns with the enemies and whatnot. But it took me so long for me to get to that point that like now I look at it and I'm like, I'd rather play Lego Star Wars. Or
Oh, really?
or dare I say,
Lego
look, if
Star
Felicity
Wars.
already looking there, or dare I say,
She
2K,
already
damn it,
counting down.
2K. Oh, it's back in my life again. I swear 2K is like that bad ex that you know you shouldn't fool with. But every time she calls, you pick up the phone. It's just like,
Man.
it just
Can't block. Just
you can't block it. No, I did block it. I didn't block it. I deleted the number from my phone, deleted the game from the PlayStation. Somehow it ended back up on there. I don't know.
Yep.
It just
It shows up
I was
on that
bored.
PlayStation
I was bored
game
one night. It
board
was
and
late.
like,
I was going through my library, man. You know the story,
man,
Trend. You know
we
how
used to
it go,
have
man.
good times, 2K. Let me reinstall you
man.
back on this.
But yeah, before we get out, man, Trend, give us some dope ass comic news. Like just
Yeah, man.
what's
going on in the
what's
comic
something
world?
interesting popping off in the world of comics, man?
Well, you know, I don't really read any Marvel or DC books. It's all indies.
Okay.
I read all indies, and there, you know, it's really because of a lot that there is to offer in the indies, and there's just so much more room for telling great, unique stories. One of my favorite publishers is Vault Comics. They put out a bunch of great different titles, and they're all very indie when it comes to like the art and everything, and they just have a way about them with the books that's just freaking great.
What's up?
And that's really what I've been reading mostly. That and getting a bunch of going through and getting a lot of like the old school like omnibus and things like that. I just recently picked this one up, the volume 2 of the Moon Knight series.
Okay.
To check out and read. And I read the volume 1 last year, and I really enjoyed getting into a lot of the older books is kind of what I've been getting into as well.
Nice.
But other than that, crowdfunding. Been doing a lot of crowdfunding comics as well, and doing that with like some of the money that I've been getting from the channel memberships, going out there and finding different books to back, and then kind of talking about those on the channel as well. A lot of good books
stuff,
out there,
man.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Hell
And where
yeah.
can the people find you? Should they be looking?
Well, you can find me here on YouTube at 2nd Street Marvel with a 2. 2 and Street. And you can also find me like on Twitter, Instagram. I don't really get on Facebook, but it's all at 2nd Street Marvel as well.
Facts. And you can find his YouTube link in the description.
Nice. Because we
So
finally
go and
trying to
follow
get
the
our
Maynes.
together.
Right. And he is also part of our affiliates on there. So when you
Yes.
tap that affiliates tab, you will definitely see him and a plethora of others that we follow. Go do that.
Yes.
Should tell to go do that.
And also, one other thing they should do. Should join the Discord, man.
Yes.
Because if you're not about that Discord life, then what are you doing with yourself? Man, it goes
Right.
down on the Discord. We got Star Wars Wednesdays popping off. We got Mayne movie nights. We got Kavai hosting movie nights. We got the
Yes.
doctor's office. Shout out to Dr. Window going on over there. I might just pop in there like I did this week for no reason and jam for a little bit. You never know what's going on. And speaking of being, spontaneous, it is the beginning of May.
It is.
Y'all thought I forgot about a turn up?
Oh man.
Oh, no.
No.
You give us about 45 minutes. And we gonna be
all up
in that
there.
thing, man.
Mhm,
It's turn up time.
You know it, man. And just, hey, you know what else we got? We got that Patreon too, man.
That's right.
Yep. About to throw some up on there too. So make
Yes,
sure
we
you
got
up on that
Patreon
Patreon
stuff coming finally. Like I wish I could do
Right.
the rock and be like,
Finally.
finally. I ain't got it like that. And I'm tired. It's been a long day, man. Long day, man. I didn't even look. We did the skate thing today for my daughter, man, and I didn't even skate. And I'm tired.
Damn.
I'm tired from just being there. It was like
all that skating in the air.
I was skating. It was hot. Look, Texas. It was 105 today outside, bro. 105.
Jeez, yeah.
And
What was
humid.
the oxygen level out there?
And
Right.
humid. I'm
Jeez.
like, man, my lungs can't take this. I put enough.
What's it like
abuse
out
on
there
that.
what's it like out there in Cali? Second?
Yeah, well, just about this beach he on. I'm like,
All right.
Tell us
Beautiful
about it, man.
sunsets.
How is it up
Where the
there?
water don't move.
It's been warming up. It's been warming up, and here where I live at, it's been windy, but that's kind of normal for here. But yeah, it's been getting up there like in the 80s, and like just starting to get into summer. It's like, man, pretty soon it's gonna be like 80 in the middle of the night. So yeah, there's that.
Man, that's crazy. That'd be nice if it's nice out this way, man. I got to go back
Yeah.
outside and finish putting my car back together.
Oh yeah, man, you out there getting your mechanic on.
Hey, I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you
I put
too,
it
man.
off, but I needed to do it, and I went out there and took it apart. Oh man, it's dirty.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
dirty.
you, man.
Had to put a new CV axle in, or
Oh, so I am taking apart the plenum on my G35 Infinity, and I've been having a compression issue because you can hear it. You can hear like a little air pat 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 driving. And I took I'm posting pictures on the Discord, and it's dirty. It's so dirty that I think that there was a bird's nest just snuggled up, rested up in there by the time I got to taking the lower plenum part off. And it had insulation, it had a nice little blanket in there. I'm not sure, but I think it actually might have been a Pokemon or something. Something was in there, but I got it all cleaned out. I just got to clean up the plenum, put it all back. But yes, getting my mechanic on, and I'm proud of myself and had some fun doing it. Not done yet.
Join us
hopefully
next
you
week for Auto Shop
fall for the
with
banana in the
Lavis and
tailpipe.
Trent.
I gotta fix my tailpipe too. It wouldn't even work. My tailpipe's got a hole in it, so
Tell me you
it gonna slow
you
me
didn't
down.
fall for the banana in the tailpipe, did you?
Oh no, I can't. It's a banana in the tailpipe fall right through.
Oh man,
They can't get me with that one. They can't get me with that one. They put a
man.
banana in the tailpipe, man. I'm gonna make plantains. They need to calm down with all that.
Not
Yeah,
the
calm down.
plantains, man.
Hey, I
Not
gotta
the
keep it-
plantains.
There's a Cupid store right around the
Look,
corner.
only on the Main Authority can you get Plantain Talk, Auto Shop,
Doctor Strange,
Doctor
Moon
Strange,
Knight,
Moon Knight, and a
and
2K
the
rant.
bat culling. He's got me calling him bat
It's
culling.
because he's bat coloring.
I had to
Period. I
subscribe.
told you. Look, I bet. This. We need to revisit that bet. Because we need to revisit the terms of that bet. Because more and more I am proven to be correct and have won. But I have a compromising solution that we can talk about next week.
Okay.
We'll give him that tease. Next week, we will
you don't want to
propose.
be capped.
No,
dude.
look, no, you will like I think you will be able to appreciate my compromise. And I think the people
Good.
will be able to appreciate my compromise. Just like I would appreciate it is if you would, as we go out, pepper my young one more time with some happy birthday wishes. That way, if YouTube make us cut out the intro because we using the song that we use, there'll still be a record on the YouTubes of her getting some birthday love on birthday number 14. Like we always say, You ain't
You
got
ain't
to
got
go
to go
home, but you got to get the hell up out of here,
man.
Mayne, for the homie trend. My brother Lavis B, I am your boy Freddie Roy, and we will catch you in the next episode.
Hey.
The Force will be with you, always.
Hey man, y'all sure y'all don't want to like burn one first, man?
Why did you say that name?
You hear about the cable?
What is thy bidding, my master?
Asgard. Forever, forever, ever. Forever, forever, ever.
This is the way. This is the way.
Why did you say that name?
This is the way.
Come on, man.
I am a god.
Hey man, y'all sure y'all don't want to like burn one first, man? Come on, man. On with you, man. On with you, man.
Asgard.
Be careful what you wish for, Parker.